Have you ever opened your bank app and felt that sudden tightness in your chest, knowing your rent is due, the fridge is almost empty, and you're in grad school, pretending everything's fine while silently panicking? It's not talked about enough, but it should be, because if you're a master's student struggling financially right now, you are not alone, and you are definitely not failing. Let's talk about how to survive financially without losing your focus, and how small, smart financial choices now can build a powerful future later. Let's be honest, money in grad school is awkward, stressful, and sometimes quietly shameful, especially when you're choosing between paying rent or eating something healthy. You're holding it together on the outside, but inside, you're calculating every dollar, pretending you're okay when the bank balance says otherwise. But here's the truth. If you're a master's student right now, chances are you're broke, and that's not a reflection of your intelligence, ambition, or worth. It's just the chapter you're in, a temporary transitional phase where your income is almost nothing, but your expenses are very, very real. And during this phase, the way you think and act will shape the rest of your career more than any lecture or research paper ever could. Now, let me be clear. I don't recommend debt if you can avoid it, especially not in grad school, because it's a weight you don't want to carry unnecessarily. But I also understand something very real. Life happens. Sometimes you need to make it through the month before your stipend hits, or cover an emergency like food, transportation, or fixing a laptop. You need to finish your thesis. And sometimes what stands between you and a complete breakdown is just a little bit of financial flexibility. So here's what I want you to understand. There is such a thing as good debt, if and only if it serves your long-term growth. If you're using a credit card just to buy what you want now, that's not good debt. That's instant gratification at a long-term cost. But if we're using it for survival, for essentials, to protect your focus and stay on track with your goals, that's not indulgence, that's strategy. Because in grad school, your most valuable currency isn't money, it's time and focus. Every hour you spend worrying about bills, side hustles, and scraping by is an hour stolen from your ability to grow, learn, and level up. Sure, you could pick up a part-time job and earn a few $100, but what are you giving up in return? You're trading away your focus, your energy, your chance to dive deep into your work and actually enjoy the process of becoming who you're meant to be. And that trade-off, it's a costly one, more than most students realize in the moment. Because not long from now, you're going to land a job, maybe even your dream job, and with one paycheck, you'll earn more than what you've been stretching over months of survival. That one future paycheck could wipe out the temporary debt you took on today. That's how fast things can shift. So if using a credit card right now helps you stay sane, stay enrolled, and stay focused, use it, but use it wisely. Don't let it pile up, and don't let it define you. Use it with intention, then finish your degree, land that job, and pay it off immediately. Because your goal right now isn't side hustle glory or bare minimum survival. Your goal is graduation, growth, and transformation. Every single decision you make right now should be protecting that goal, that vision. If a little temporary debt helps you stay calm, sharp, and focused on your thesis or lab work, it's not weakness. It's a survival strategy with purpose. That doesn't mean swipe your card like it's free money. Set hard limits. Only use it for true needs. Groceries, transportation, academic tools, never for luxury or impulsive spending. And most importantly, have a plan. Know exactly how you'll pay it off once you start earning. Apply for low-limit or 0% interest cards. Rotate payments if needed, but know it's all temporary. This isn't a lifestyle. This is a bridge to your breakthrough. There's a huge difference between short-term coping and long-term habits. Don't get stuck in the wrong one. There are countless grad students who found themselves at the grocery store, counting coins, walking past cafes thinking, I can't even afford a coffee today. But even in those moments, the ones who thrive hold on to something more valuable than money: focus. They protect their attention, their energy, their direction, And when they do rely on a credit card to get through, it's a stepping stone, not an anchor. And that's exactly the mindset I want you to have too. Because when you graduate, life won't give you this much freedom to learn and grow again. Not like this. This is the only time you'll have this much access to ideas, mentors, experiments, and personal reinvention. Don't waste it scrambling to earn pennies when you could be building something that pays off for the rest of your life. The skills, relationships, and projects you nurture now will shape your confidence, your income, and your future freedom. So don't let short-term struggle stop you from building long-term strength and wealth, the kind that comes from betting on yourself. Most people think success is about having money, but for a grad student, your real asset is your focus. And focus is fragile. When it's hijacked by financial anxiety, hunger, or exhaustion, your momentum dies. And momentum? That's the difference between barely finishing and graduating with power. So if you need to take a small strategic risk, do it. Borrow with awareness. Stay in control. Keep your eyes on the goal. Then pay it off as soon as you're able and keep moving forward. Fast, clear, strong. This isn't a video telling you to get into debt. This is a reminder that sometimes surviving smart is what sets you up to thrive later. As long as you're moving toward your future and not away from it, you're not failing, you're being strategic. So let me leave you with this. You're not stuck. You're in motion. You're not failing. You're building. You're not behind. You're exactly where you're meant to be, and you're focused. And if making a small, temporary sacrifice gets you closer to that future you believe in, then do it with clarity and intention. Because you will not look back and regret your struggles. You'll remember that you kept going, stayed focused, and believed in your future self. That belief, that mindset, is what makes you unstoppable. So breathe. Budget. Borrow if you must. But keep building, because your future is worth it, and it's closer than you think. If this helped shift the way you think about money during your graduate journey, don't scroll away just yet. Drop a comment. What's your biggest financial stress right now? Let's talk about it. Subscribe, because I'm here to help you not just survive school, but build the life that comes after it. And share this video with one classmate who's quietly struggling. Your small action could change their semester. You're not just earning a degree, you're building a life. And yes, you've got what it takes.